Guys, what is going down? It feels like it's been freaking ages. Just allow me to, gotta mix that. Allow me to reintroduce myself. That's what I was gonna say. It wasn't necessarily bad, but when you put a sweetener in there and you don't mix it, and you think it's gonna be sweet, you're like embracing that sweetness, and then it wasn't. That's what I'm talking about right there. I'm gonna ask you guys a question. Do you guys use sweeteners for your coffees, or do you prefer them without any sugar or sweet? Comment below, hit me, let me know. What's up? What's happening around? Guys, it's been a little while since I've had a vid up on the channel, so here we are. Now before we get into this vid, guys, gymsteez.com, man, I have not been promoting Gymsteez one bit, and it's like, well, here's the problem. I haven't been wearing heaps of our new stuff that we dropped because it's just been so hot here in the Gold Coast. And every time I'm doing Instagram stories and stuff like this, I'm always in PT gear. I'm in like some tight Nike shirt, and it's just because it's so hot, and I'm just fresh from like training people. I've been doing a lot of training people in person at the moment, which I'm loving. If any of you guys are in the Gold Coast, definitely hit me up, let me know, we'll tee up a session. I've been getting a few of you guys who follow me around. Most of you aren't from the Gold Coast, which is, you know, I was gonna say it's a shame, but it's not, because it's forced me to get out on the streets, go knock on doors, and like actually hustle and try to pick up new clients. And I get to meet so many people and network with so many people who don't know who I am, and it's like just really cool. I'm just some random guy knocking on their door, and I love that. So it's definitely been a bit of a vibe. And yeah, I feel like I did not promote this shirt enough. I trained through hell. This is probably one of my favorites. You can get at gymsteez.com, use my code Freezma10, you'll get 10% off. And I've probably gone too high for the shot. Now we're perfect. V2 track shorts, we got the teal. Look how stretchy these are, guys. If you don't own our V2 track shorts, you ain't living, bruh. Anyway, let's get into the vid now. I've got this Q&A from my Instagram story the other day, guys. All right, question number 1. What's the speed? What's the wing speed velocity of a laden swallow? I'll get the first questions first. So if you were in quick with a question, you're gonna get it. CC Thompson, CC.Thompson1. When did you lose your virginity? Whoa! Alright. That's a good question. I'm so past that age where I like care that I like really don't even know the age. I think I must have been like 17, man. God a day. When your mates are at 16 losing it, and you're like, you're trying to get that number, it's like, I need to do it before my birthday. I mean, maybe it's just a guy thing, like, I don't know. Man, I don't know with kids these days, man. The craziness, like the internet and the sexuality everywhere and shit, like, man, fuck. Maybe it's probably getting younger. I don't think it's getting any older. Matt Doe, what do you ask for from the barbers? Matt, what I ask for from the barbers is usually a 0 fade from my beard up, and then I try to get them, they're always like, oh, we can't blend it, it'll be a bit of an undercut up here, but I'm like, just try your best to blend it. So we go like 0 to 1 to 2 to 3, and then usually they bring, a good barber will bring in a bit towards the front on these bits. And then, so all of this, my hair is really long up around here, and especially on the sides as well, and I push it forward and cover it because I've got a very shit hairline. I've got a video in the works for that, actually. I haven't been promoting Mattify much, and like there's this vid, a couple of vids on my hairstyle, which and people ask me this all the time. I get a lot of questions as well, like, yeah, just about my hair and certain things about my hair. I'm gonna explain it in a vid, but there's a vid coming, but basically you just want to stick fade up, bro, and then like, I like to swish a bit of my hair across the front, and the way it's cut too, like, you want like sharp straight bits and not like that kind of natural look, or else if you've got a shit hairline, it might accentuate it. So hope that helps, Matt. Do you dye your beard? Yeah, I dye my beard at the moment probably once a month. It just because I get little like blonde bits coming through, and it makes it look way less thick. You guys have probably noticed there's been points where like my beard look real freaking stark black. That's usually when it's freshly dyed, and I've stopped dyeing it with like a black and going for a dark brown as well lately. So it's kind of at this point now, I think it just matches like my skin tone and the color of my hair a bit better as well. Maddie18X said, are you actually happy? And I actually answered that question on my story, and I said, you know what, Maddie, I'm 100% the happiest I've ever been in my life. I feel right now like I feel so aligned with getting off social media, and for years I've had such a mass anxiety towards like social media and making content, and if I don't make content or if I don't do stuff on social media, that it's been like very unhealthy, because my income is 100% attached to online and social media. So then when I start to feel guilt either way, if I don't upload content, or if I do and I don't feel like it, but I've just had to do it because I need to pay rent next week. Like, and I've been in so many spots like that where I've had a lot of anxiety towards it. And now, like, because I've been doing a lot of training in person, I could lose everything I've got online and I'm gonna be fine, and I know I'm gonna be fine, like financially, and that's always been a big stress for me. So now it's like, man, I've relaxed and don't have this anxiety. And now if I do a post on Instagram, it's not because I have to, or if I make a YouTube video, it's because I actually want to. And that has been really refreshing, and I was hoping it would make me like want to post more, but it kind of hasn't fully been like that, but I'm trying to like get there if I want it. I don't think I've been this happy this many days in a row for a very long time. So yes, I am actually happy, which is cool. Gina McClifty, how do you deal with anxiety? And this is the question that I said I'm gonna answer on my video here because it was too long for my my Instagram. So basically, exactly what I just said. For me, it took me a long time to realize this. I kind of always knew it, but I never actually like did anything about it. For me, I've always really struggled badly with my mental health and anxiety and depression and things like that. And a lot of it is always tied to finances. And again, by me now almost creating like a consistent path of it, like with gym steeds and stuff, this shit's all up and down all the time. With my online coaching, it's all up and down all the time, depending on how much content I'm posting, how many drops we're doing, whether I feel like posting content or whatever. What I've been doing lately, and my anxiety's just dropped the fuck out, is I've worked on building myself a consistent income. Because if I'm financially stressed, I'm not focused, I'm distracted, I'm highly anxious, I'm not myself. So I identify that, financial stress for me is a massive thing. Stop putting yourself in a position where you're always financially stressed. Like for the last however many years, I've always been financially just very stressed. I've built resentment towards like my businesses and stuff like that, because then when money does come in, I feel like so much goes out to keep it going. Like especially gym steeds, like I always say with a clothing line, if you want to start one, don't expect you're going to start killing it and making heaps of money. Like even if you do start making money, if you actually want to survive in the long run, it's going to cost you more money like to reinvest, and then it's going to make you. And for me, I've always been reinvesting back in, and I've been having to live off money I'm making as well. And then if my online coaching drops down, I'm taking money from gym steeds which should be reinvested, which happens all the fucking time. This has happened for years. I've been in a position where I'm financially stressed and don't have enough money to put back in the business, can't grow the business, can't make more money. I'm making less money, I'm more stressed, and it's affecting my mental health, the way I post online, all of that stuff. So I identified that and I said, I'm gonna start training people in person, build up a consistent client base, and it's still, I'm working for myself, but like I'm confident enough to back myself to go get clients and go door knock every weekend, find new people, and I'm still building a consistent base of clients. And now I'm at a point, all my expenses are covered from my consistent clients, and like to have just my weekly expenses covered, like hands down, no questions, like at the minimum, it's just released all my anxiety. So it's like, you gotta ask yourself, what's that one thing that's making you really anxious? Or what are those triggers that can make you really anxious? And it's a problem, just fix it, In life, that's our goal, is to become problem solvers, to fix things, whether that's in your personal life or your a business, you do that for customers. That's what life's about, is problem solving. And a lot of the time we like to just think things are random, but everything is cause and effects. Like, you're not gonna randomly feel like shit for no reason. You're not gonna randomly feel anxious for no reason. There's reasons behind it. Even still, maybe you're anxious, like you've got social anxiety and stuff like that. For me, I used to be the same because I've been online for so long. My social skills were really lacking. My first week of door knocking, going around people's doors, and man, after the third door of getting a no and just feeling awkward, and I didn't have my sales pitch, or not even my sales pitch, but just like, I didn't have that confidence to just be like, now I'm knocking on the door, hey, what's up, my name's Freezma, I just live down the road, I train people from my home gym, just knocking on your street, wondering if you might be interested in any personal training by any chance. Straight to the point, very easy. I'm confident now because I've built a lot of clients in person, so I'm confident because I know I'm changing people's lives because they're coming to see me every week, and like, I'm giving them good sessions. I know I'm good, and now I'm like, I can knock on a door as well. And if they're a cunt to me, like, they're just a cunt, Like, who's gonna be a cunt to someone who's trying to be out here, like, making money like that, what I mean? To to do well for himself. So it's like, for me, like, being able to, now I can, like you guys should see me. I'm at the petrol station, I'll go up to people and I'll be like, hey, do you live around here? And I'll introduce myself, exact same thing. I have no social anxiety. I used to go out in public, guys, I could barely like keep my head up in the gym because I'm like, fuck, does this person know me? Does this person know me? What do they think of me? Do they see this video of me online? Like, I used to be just so fucking in my head like that, especially working from home for so long. Now I'm like, I'm the same, I don't care if there's someone's seen a video of me online, like I'm talking to people all the time throughout the day because I'm training people, and I'm like, something that made me anxious, I attacked it head on, and now I'm socially sweet. And that, like I said, it's problem solving, you know, so I'm sure you can think of something, write it down and say, how can I either attack this or build something to make it, you know, offset. You know, I think that's really important to do. So thank you for that question, because that is a really good question. How do you stop caring what other people think when you're bullied? That's really got me thinking. They always say a good question actually makes you stop and think, don't they? How do you stop caring what other people think? Well, I always know, for starters, to stop caring what other people think, you can't not care what everyone thinks about you. There's certain people that you actually care about what they think about you. But then you have to ask yourself, should I care what this person thinks about me? I've got people in my life, for the most part, I can be like, I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks about me. But if there's someone I like or look up to and I think that they don't think good of me, that really affects me. And there's so many times of this in my life where I've been like, had to say like, why do I even look up to this person, and why should I actually care if they don't like me? Like, am I putting them up here to a point like that it actually matters when it shouldn't? And if they don't like me, do I even want to like them back? You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you gotta ask yourself that stuff. And you're probably like a young fella, so the more you can just work on yourself and your own goals and do good things as well, like for people that do like you, it comes to a point that shit doesn't matter. And that's probably the best advice I could give. Jarek Stahl, do you think something big will happen soon? Too many red flags in America. Man, I've been keeping up with all this, like, all this stuff, the election stuff, and now I'm just so switched out of it, because I'm like, here's what I think is just the thing of just life and all the stuff that we see. You know, they say the world is a stage, and everything that's happening is just all planned, orchestrated. Whether you're on the side of what they like to call the right or the left, no matter what, like, they've got you there. And like, who's they? Who's they? I always say this in my stories, who's they? Ask yourself, who's they? The thing is, it's like, as long as there's divisiveness and the two polarizing sides, there will never be happiness or like unity or anything like that. Like, it just, all I'm saying is I've just pulled out from any of that kind of stuff. At my point in my life, I'm like, yo, who cares about me? Who's in my circle? Who can I fuck with? Who can I help? This includes you guys who follow me as well, like, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's just like, fuck it. Let's just focus on what's in our lives and what we can make better and stuff like that. But I get what you mean. It's real tempted to like keep an eye on everything. It's easy to see there's a lot of injustices or like, what's the word? Agendas coming out and being played out, and you know, it's crazy, but sometimes I guess you gotta not fall into it unless it's gonna directly affect you. Like, one thing that's, you know, I'm in thoughts about a lot is this whole vaccine thing and stuff. I'm like, I can't give away too much detail because I don't want to like identify anyone, but there's someone I'm in contact with who's been helping with the rollouts of the vaccine here in Oz, and like, the first thing they told me when I talked to them was like, whatever you do, don't get this thing. We've been getting reports in the hospital that the media don't talk about. A lot of people in the hospital systems don't want this. They're trying to say in the media that everyone in the hospitals are going to get vaccinated first. There's a lot of pushback, but the media is not really showing that. For the rollouts, it's all government. A lot of people in the hospital systems here in Australia don't want to roll this vaccine thing out, and it's all government push. So that's one thing that I'm like, I got my eye on, you know what I'm saying? Again, with these lockdowns and stuff like that, I mean, it's hard. I do need to remind myself that I'm here in Oz. We're not so affected as heavy as what's happening in the rest of the world right now, but like, shit is not what it seems a lot of the time, man. It is crazy. There's a big push right now to control people. Whether you want to say that's conspiracy or not, it's like just fact. When you look at where everything's going, it's getting to a point where like, regardless of what you think of all the stuff, that there's agendas just at play, like 100%. And here's the crazy thing though, there always has been, there always will be, like, it's whether you choose to know about it or not, you know what I mean? Like, I always think it's best to know all options anyway. And again, I'm also open to everything. You just gotta be open to everything. But I'm also open to the fact that nothing is what it seems, because I've personally had experiences of my life where I've just had like, I can't even describe the experience. I want to talk about it in a separate vid. It's this crazy thing that happened when I was 13, guys. And like, I had this full on, as if it was just a full like out of body experience where it's so deep, like I can't even talk about it like as a human being, I feel, but like I've had some shit where it made me go like, none of this is real. And like, it was just like, I knew it and it scared the shit out of me. It was some fucked up shit, man. I don't particularly like talking about it, but it was one of the most traumatic things I ever went through, but it also, I'm gonna move on from this, but I don't know if you might understand what I'm saying. If not, I get it. You're in the matrix. Everything seems normal. Normality seems normal. It's all right, bro. It's all right. J Roth PT, what do you want to achieve career-wise? That is a good question. For me this year, honestly, career, like that's very long term. I'm really just thinking about getting a full year under my belt with my personal and business targets achieved this year. So I've got goals written down. I've got financial targets that I want to hit. I've got a couple of things personally which I want to obtain to just show myself that if I've got this goal, I can work there and, you know, achieve it. And in terms of my career or whatever, like I'm very happy with the path that I'm on. So my goals, I've got financial goals to make more money with what I'm doing, but I always say, like, if you're making more money, who cares if you're doing something you hate? I'm in a position right now, I'm living a life I love. It's hard work, getting up and trying to, you know, get up at 5:30 in the morning, train people and stuff like that, but I'm like, it's also something I love doing. So if I can make more money, I've got these targets, like, and there's nothing wrong with them. I've always felt this weird guilt towards wanting to make more money, and that's just kind of what's fucked me up in the past. So I've been in points in the years where Gym Caesars started to blow the fuck up. My Freezma stuff's online clients are blowing up, and like when I've gone viral and stuff like that. And I've always fucked it up because deep down in me, I've always had a very negative relationship with the connotation of money, and I've always let mainly my mother's ideologies of money and like kind of smirking down on like rich people or like people with money and saying, oh, but they don't have this. And I was always associated in my head with like that mental stigma of if you've got money, you're bad. A lot of people I came in contact with early on in my business life who I knew were successful with business were like real shit cunts and like just weren't good people, and they'll rip people off and they'll be fake online and then be didn't give a shit about anyone in person, yet they were making money. So like I've always had these weird stigmas with money where it's been a very negative connotation. It's not only till this year, I feel like this last year, that I've really broken that and you know, looked at money in terms of you can actually do better if you actually help more people, or if you do good for people. That's a way to, you know, elevate your level of wealth, I guess. And you shouldn't be afraid to set like financial goals and say, I want to make more money, because, you know, what are you going to do? Just live week to week your whole life? Is that what's going to happen? Like, why should you feel bad to be like, I want to make this much money so I can save this much for a house deposit, so I can get a house in the farm, with a farm for my family, and have dogs, and like, you know, like do shit like that. But like, I don't know, it's just very easy to get that like money stigma. And again, like, it's not worth making heaps of money as well, I'll say, if you're not enjoying the life that you live as well. So, but it can be a hard balance to find. But hey, that's what do I want to achieve in my career? Well, I'm just happy with what I'm doing, bro. But I do want to do more of what I'm doing. So I guess there's the answer there. And again, with Gym Caesars, I feel like I've got a lot of stuff going on, but I like that organic authenticity, kind of where everything's at. Like sometimes I feel like if you push things too hard, it's all fake and there's nothing like genuine behind it. Like, so I try not to do that as well. Tyrone, Watene. I always say Watane, like I think, but maybe it is with the E's in there, you know? Tyrone, when are we hitting a gym sesh, bro? You're in the Gold Coast. I told you to message me, bro. You're in holiday mode or what? But we could have done it, bro, a few weeks ago. Tyrone's one of my clients. He's been killing it as well, actually. So shout out to you, Tyrone. Matt Bear, steps to truly be yourself, no matter what anyone thinks. Again, it's just working on you, bro, and just saying, hey, like, what do you want to do? I guess life's just a trial and error, isn't it? Just try things and see what you enjoy and see what you're good at, see what you can do, see what value you can provide, all that stuff. Air focus, your height. I am 181 centimeters tall. Jordan Spratt, how did you overcome your body dysmorphia? I remember you spoke about it a while back. That is a fucking great question. I just learned that, you know, probably the most, I mean, it's hard because like my body's probably the best it's been consistently in a long time, and I'm natural and I feel great, and I'm doing a lot of athletic training. But so like it's hard because I was gonna say like as soon as I kind of switched my goals to running and athletic training, I stopped really caring about how I looked or how big I was. But like the fact of the matter is I know my body's in a really good place, so it's also like the fact I've also got a good body while I'm doing this stuff, or good from my perspective of, you know, what I think's good. It makes it easier. But I guess in terms of building your body, like there's nothing wrong with building that like shape and that leanness, losing body fat and having that aesthetics and stuff, as well as it might be hard. But like I think it's really the size game for most people that you gotta, that's what will fuck you up, you know what I mean? Like when you just compare the size of your unpumped arms in a t-shirt or something to like some jack dude or whatever, like it's that kind of shit that messes with you. But man, you just gotta try and like, who cares? Like if you feel fit or like healthy, like you're performing, you're getting stronger in the gym, who cares like if your arms aren't massive or like your chest isn't massive or whatever? Like just keep working. You should only be doing something because you love it too, not just for the end result. Like I said, it's just like the same with the money thing. Do it because you love it. Whatever you're doing, you're gonna fail if you don't enjoy what you're doing. All right, did the shot just change? I don't know, my stuff's run out. Do you guys want to see a part 2? Thumbs up the vid and comment below if you do. And in the meantime, hope you guys all have a good week. Peace out, and talk soon. Sayonara. Let me know if you want a part 2 on this Q&A.